Hey everyone, BeardBrigade here, coming at you with our third episode. Yeah, our third episode for this series. Um, this is my Skyrim challenge that I've been working on. What I mean by that is I'm working on playing through Skyrim using a very specific list of criteria where I created a role table for, which I actually have posted on the companion website, which you can find a link to that website down below in the description. So go ahead and check that out if you want to tackle a challenge like this on your own, or even just follow along with how I've been doing it. The criteria for this playthrough, if you haven't caught the first two episodes already, please go back and check those episodes out. They're a lot of fun making them. But for those of you who are just joining us, I'm playing a Breton who can wear only heavy armor while holding a shield and using conjuration magic. And then I have what I call the wild card kind of option. A wild card option for this playthrough is I have several mods installed to make my life easier for crafting. So these mods add several chests to the games and have all the crafting materials I need for each of the professions. So my wild card says I can't use them. So if I want to make something or craft something, I have to go out there and find those materials on my own. Now, for the playthrough, the way I'm going to be playing through the game, okay, if you've already seen my last two videos, you already know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who haven't, I'm going to be doing side quests only, or at least to the point of where if I'm on a side quest, I have to keep playing that side quest unless I have to the main story to progress forward. And in fact, this episode, we have that exact thing happening. Working on, right now, the Imperial Legion storyline side quests thing, and in order to progress further in the storyline, I'm actually going to have to go do some of the main story in this video. So please keep that in mind while you're watching this one. I'm not doing main story because I want to, I'm doing it because I have to. So, with that, I'm going to stop rambling here. We're going to just jump right in. I can't, it's been a minute since the last video, so I'm going to have to remember what we're doing here. I do know that I have to go to Whiterun, though. I think before we do that, I need to check my gear and check my inventory to see if I need to get rid of anything and if I need to get myself set up here before we journey along. Let's see. Got some, oh yeah, we definitely have some things to sell here. Alright, yeah. Oof. Well, as I start going crazy with my UI there, sorry about that. I definitely have room to be changing some stuff up here. Alrighty.
Take a look.
I'll hold on to that original Imperial helmet so I have a full set. I'm a set guy. I like having the whole set of stuff. I do that in pretty much every game. If there's a set, oh, you can bet your butt that I'm going to go after it. Actually, it reminds me of with the Black Friday sale on PlayStation. Well, they had it on Xbox first, and then it turns out they had it on PlayStation as well. My brother-in-law had picked up Injustice 2, the Complete Edition, or I think it's actually called Legendary Edition. He picked up for his Xbox, and you know we were playing it upstairs, and then it turned out they did the same deal on PlayStation 4. So, kind of Christmas gift to myself. Went ahead and picked that up with the wife's permission. I've been playing through that, and I totally forgot that, you know, well, I completely forgot. I knew that you got gear and stuff for your fighters, but I didn't realize they came in actual gear sets. So I've been working on Sub-Zero, mainly, and finally started getting some gear and one of the first legendary pieces I got was part of a gear set, and it has been driving me mad because for the life of me, I can't seem to get the other two pieces of it. It's a 3-piece gear set, and I can't seem to get the other pieces. But then again, I'm also having a really pain in the butt time in Injustice 2, because it never seems to have a multiverse that's for Sub-Zero, and it drives me up a wall you would not believe. I was actually, as of this recording, the last night, I was kind of up a little bit later than I probably should have been, getting videos uploaded, or getting videos edited, and working on getting the video uploaded. And I was playing some Injustice 2. I was getting so frustrated with it. I was doing fight after fight after fight, getting through some of these things, and I just could not get anything done, and I just couldn't get anything unlocked, and I was just like, raw. I even did a whole multiverse and ended up getting a couple platinum and diamond boxes, and nothing. There's nothing that I could use. Or they're for fighters that I wasn't working on yet, so just kind of like, all this work for nothing. But, yeah, I mean, I'm just a gear set guy. I like to wear the full set of something, or kind of mix and match a little bit, just to make a set look good, or you know, if I'm just making an appearance, I like to have the whole set of something, and mixing and matching only if I have to, so.
We'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach at the top of the hill.
So, we're gonna go ahead and speed up time a little bit. So I want to do a round of kind of shopping through here real quick.
Good pieces out here if you're looking at the finest weapons and armor.
How are those better than what I'm carrying? I'm wearing Steel Imperial Combats, and it says those are better. Alrighty, so she can't take anything that I have. But that does remind me, let's just take a quick look. No, I can't use any of that stuff. Because I already have that one. Yeah, because the rest of those are better. And right now, since I'm doing the Imperial class, I'm just going to keep the Imperial armor on. So, not really anything else. Yeah, not really anything else that's worth the minute here. Oh, I guess while I'm standing here, this right here. This is one of my mod chests. This is the smithing supplies one. Comes with, I think it's like 10,000 of each material that you could use in blacksmithing. And I mean, it's a wonderful add-on that I have. I forget the author, but I think the author also does the other ones. Because I have an enchanting one.
Hello, friend. In the market
I think I have an alchemy one somewhere. Don't remember actually.
Never mind. I don't want to know.
And I also have a what is it? The house one for the God, I can't think all of a sudden. The DLC that adds the houses you can build yourself. I have a chest for one of those for that DLC, which comes with everything in it that you need to just build the house pretty much right off the gate. So.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Everything's for sale. Take a look.
while I am while I kind of sitting around shopping here, kind of something I want to pose to you guys, the viewers. Been having this thought, and I'm not sure. I think I mentioned it in one of my last videos. I'm thinking of doing each episode rolling a new wild card, because I'm doing a. If you've checked out the table that I made on my website, I do have a second list of items for rolling. So I'm thinking of. Ooh, that is an interesting spell. Expend stamina and heal a minion. Okay, actually kind of dig that. Anyway, I'm thinking of doing rolling for each episode and adding a brand new wild card for each episode, and just kind of stacking them to make the challenge that much harder each time I play. So the further I progress into the game, the more difficult I'm essentially making it for myself, or maybe making it easier. You know, sometimes some of these wild cards may switch out for something that I really enjoy. So let me know what you guys think of that in the comments below. Please, leave your thoughts and opinions. That way, I can work on improving the channel and trying something new at the same time. So let's see. I think I pretty much Thor. I think Thor was the man here. Got me squared away. Let's, ooh. I remembered something. This herb shop actually has an alchemy table.
Give a holler if you have any questions.
Which, yes, no, I don't want that. Where is my other... Oh crap, I haven't eaten them to get the stat. Yeah, so I mean, as you guys have probably, if you've watched the other two videos, I've been struggling to keep my magic and stamina going. I haven't really had to worry about, well, I've had to worry about health in a couple fights when I've run out of magic and stamina to fight back with. But overall, I've been just kind of trying to chunk through this the best I can. Let's see, fortified conjuration. Ooh, fortified conjuration.
That's a good concoction. But keep trying new things. Alchemy rewards inquisitive minds.
Alright, what do we have here? Damage magicka. Use that again. Health potion. I will take it. Very rare damage off nightshade. Ooh.
And I'll be happy to serve you.
Working my way through.
They offer remedies for ailments both common and rare. Do let me know if I can be of service.
Just gotta kind of work through the ingredients here.
I sell cures for all ills, and I'll be happy to
Ravage magicka. Yikes. Ravage Oh, there was a good one.
I offer remedies for ailments both
Getting,
common and
getting
rare.
excited about
Do
playing
let me
with
know if I
plants.
can be of service.
Hey,
If
fortify
there's anything I
magic.
can help you with, remember to ask. I sell cures for all ills, and I'll be happy to serve you.
Screw it, we'll just make a bunch here and we'll sell some stuff to her. I just made.
Pardon me, but do I detect a... Ah, so you're an alchemist then?
Alright, so can't really use any poisons. Use that. Fortify magic, although it sounds good. Not really gonna. Yeah, she doesn't have enough. Let's see. So what does she have that I can buy? Yes, definitely want cure disease. Just gonna kind of buy up as many ingredients as I can until
Come back
cleaned her
anytime
out
if you
there.
need a remedy.
Well, she cleaned me out fun-wise anyway. Alrighty, let's see.
You have but to ask.
Well, I am just striking out here. Oh, there we go.
You'll find tonics,
Ooh, weakness to poison.
browse to your heart's content.
Ooh, so that's a new one.
If there's anything I can help you with, but to ask.
Alrighty, let's see what else I can sell to her real
I
quick.
have several, long as you... A little wheat and blister wort. We have plenty of ingredients for sale, too.
Clicked on the wrong thing. Oh, I just have to craft a bunch.
Maybe a hearty no... Yes? So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
Sort of. Alright, let's see.
But do I? So you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Back anytime if you
Alright,
need a remedy.
let's just move along here. Probably eating up a lot of time. I've been doing kind of a bad job of keeping track on this video, so we'll get going here.
Chops and steaks.
We're doing the white run stuff here, so I can get the quest moving along here. What I'm probably gonna do, this is my thought, going to, let's see, if it serves me right, I need to run into a big dungeon, come back, and then run back out to fight the first dragon. So what I will probably do is I will probably go to that dragon fight. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I guess we'll see how long it takes.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgruuf is not receiving visitors.
What I don't get is why she drew her sword. I mean, I've walked past how many guards to get here, and she draws her sword.
Well, I trust you have something vitally
Oh, well,
important
here's a
to
question
important enough
for
to
folks.
interrupt me in the middle of council?
If you know
The smith
your lore for the Elder Scrolls,
not prone
especially
to
Skyrim,
offense.
because I just haven't looked it up, and every time I think to look it up, I never end up doing it. Why is Jarl Balgruuf called the Greater? I want to know. So if you happen to know, please put it down in the comments below for me. Let me know. Or, you know, if there's a link to a wiki page or something that explains it, please just put it in the comments for me so I can find out. I've always wanted to know. And with all of the hundreds of hours that I've dumped into Skyrim, I've never wanted to look it up. So, I want to know. So let me know. I would greatly appreciate it.
Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
Lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most
I just remembered something. I don't think I have... What is favorited? Okay.
danger.
The Jarl
Dragons lurking in the mountains.
is a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not.
I will not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Oh, man.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. Here. There. Come. Let's go find Farengar, my court wizard.
Yes,
Been
let's...
looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons. Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. Straight to the point, eh?
Right.
No need for tedious hows and whys. I like that. Leave those details to your betters, am I right? Go to Bleak Falls Barrow. Find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it.
Priority.
Simplicity is anything we can use to fight. Off to
this
Bleak
dragon.
Falls Barrow with you. The Jarl is not a patient man.
Before it's
Neither
too
am I.
late.
Of course, Jarl
May the
Balgruuf.
gods watch over your battles, friend.
No,
No doubt
I can at least
requested
prompt it.
to garrison his men in my castle. How many times must I deny him? Well, out with it. Until that dragon's dealt with, I don't care what Tullius wants. For now, give the papers to my steward. Don't be daft. Proventus is my eyes. Just give me the letter. I presume once I have it, I can do as I please with it? Good. Now, I believe you have some business to conclude with my court wizard.
Sure you will prove most useful.
There we go.
Succeed in this. You'll be rewarded.
Just like I thought. Do dragon stuff, because I think once you've done the dragon stuff, you get prompted to go talk to the Greybeards. At that point, I think Jarl Balgruuf can actually be killed after that. Because I know if you do the... I want to say it's here on the Imperial side. I think once you do the Imperial quest line and you actually get into the war and you get through the Battle of Whiterun, I think the General Tullius, I think he replaces Jarl Balgruuf with somebody else. I think.
And why shouldn't I?
Or maybe it's Ulfric who does that. I don't quite remember. But I'm sure we're going to find out. Unless for some reason I die in this episode. So let's hope we don't die. We'll be running off to go delve the dungeon. Dungeon delving. One thing I have to say, I always liked the whole concept of like, oh, let's go dive into this ancient ruin and fight the monster and save the day. That's part of why I played Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop role-playing games, because I always liked that. And I always liked making them too. I liked crafting the dungeon and creating the layout and then populating the monsters that were in it. There's always been something fun. It's like I've mentioned before, it's something that I still find fun. It's still something I do. Now, I know this question is probably bound to show up, and I'll address it when it comes up too, but kind of just to put it out in this video, I know that there are the creator tools for Skyrim and Bethesda games in general, because I know you can use it to make stuff for Fallout and all that stuff. And I'm sure at some point somebody's going to ask me, why don't I just download that and make my own content for Skyrim? I would honestly love to. Unfortunately, I'm just not that good at it. I've tried to use the creator content tools. I just, for whatever reason, have a hard time using the ones. I don't know why. I mean, I've used things like Unity and the Unreal Engine tools, and I've been able to use those just fine. But there's just something about Bethesda's set of tools they provided for content creators to use them that I just can't seem to wrap my head around. I don't know what it is, or why I have such a hard time with them, but just for whatever reason or another, those tools don't get along. So, so, if there's somebody out there who is adept with those tools and likes my ramblings and or if I mention an idea or something, or go over a concept in one of my videos or talk about something, especially in my videos where I'm specifically going to talk about that kind of stuff. And if you've enjoyed the concepts and you want to bring something like that into life and you want to collaborate, I am more than happy to sit down. Go ahead and pop over to the website in the description below. I have a contact page on there. Go ahead and just pop over to the website real quick and reach out to me. I'm more than happy to to potentially collaborate on something, make something with folks. I think that'd be really fun. You know, make something and then be able to turn around and do a video about it. I think that would be a lot of fun. Kind of show it off. So let me know if there's somebody out there that's interested in that, or you know, interested in an idea that I may talk about it now or later. So. You know I have, I believe it's the magic one, the magic stone, but my one-handed stuff levels up way quick. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that since I got the bound sword, but I'm just flying through the one-handed levels right now. Alright, still gonna work on the magicka. Just because there's a lot of stuff going on there. But we have that maxed out, so let's go over to... Oh yeah, we already started on block. Can't use that just yet. With that, so we'll just up that level again. Alright, let's go. Let us... Now, like I've mentioned, I've done a bunch of Skyrim. I've done hundreds of hours into the game. I almost have this dungeon memorized. I mean, not to the point where I can do it like blindfolded or something, but even though I think that would be kind of... dare I say it, I think that might be an interesting challenge. Trying to do the dungeon blindfolded. I would probably turn the camera on to show that I am actually blindfolded. And I accidentally took that girl's clothes off. Whoops. My bad. I don't know, but I think that might actually be kind of a crazy idea, doing the dungeon blindfolded. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that thought. But anyway, yes. So I've done this. I don't know how many times. I mean, I've done so many new characters and come through and done this dungeon over and over and over again. There's just something about this first dungeon, and the variety of ways you can go about it. With the storyline, whether you do it first, you do it last, you try to avoid it at all costs until you have a choice but to go in here. But I think Bethesda did a really good job with crafting the story options behind it, because the quest to get the Golden Claw, and then they get the bandit guy in here. You know, even if you're not prompted to deal with those situations, or you're prompted to do those quests, you can still go and then turn those quests in, and then they have the option that actually, like, oh, well, I just happened to come across it. I like that. Because I know it's not just this dungeon. There's a couple other dungeons, too, that have that same thing going on. I think it's just a wonderful feature. Because I know with this, like, if you go to the little town, River Run, I think? I don't know. Whatever that town is that the relatives are at. When you go there, the general store merchant wants you, if you go in the general store, he's been robbed, and his golden claw was taken. So he prompts you to come here to retrieve the claw. So if you come here and do the claw, no matter what, you'll end up pretty much reaching the end and dealing with the big boss of the dungeon, and get your first part of your shout, and come across the Dragonstone, which is needed for the quest that I'm currently working on for the main story. I mean, if you go through and you do all that, and then you turn around and then do the main story, and then you're getting prompted to come here to get that Dragonstone, the talk option changes to, oh, this old thing? And then you hand him the stone. And I think the fact that they planned for it and they actually worked around it was wonderful. Because I don't know how many times over the years, for D&D campaigns or tabletop campaigns in general, we've been going along crafting this huge big story. And get to session, super excited for it. And then my players just do something completely different. Or they do it in a completely different fashion than I wasn't expecting. And I'm just not prepared for it. And the fact that Bethesda kept that in mind and went that route to make sure that they accounted for it, I think is just a brilliant part on their account. I mean, it's good thought by the designers and the story writers to just account for it. Because it's definitely something that can fall by the wayside in a design setting, because you can, like in tabletop, we kind of refer to it as railroading, where you have, A, B, C, D, or point A, point B. That's the very simplest. And the goal is to get the players from point A to point B. And they have what is known as the railroad. They have a set path. They can't go left or right, they have to go forward. If they go left, the wall collapses. If they go right, the floor falls out from under them. They have to go down that certain way to progress. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But then you have the open world concept, where you literally have the option to go do whatever you want. And that is something that I have loved about all games, especially when Bethesda took over the Fallout and the Skyrim or Elder Scrolls series. Not that they weren't open world before, but only to a certain extent. Kind of, they were older games too at that point. But they've turned them into these games where you don't have to go, from point A to point B. I could go from point A and then I can go to point 37. I don't know, just throwing a random thing up there. I'm not restricted to just do what's been set forth in front of me. Kind of hence the challenge and the concept of doing, what I referred to as the side quests, which I guess they're technically just storylines themselves, and that's more than side quests, but I consider the main storyline doing the dragon stuff, going to talk to the Greybeards, dealing with the dragons and that stuff. I feel that's more the main story of Skyrim, where everything else is literally just a side quest. So, I could be wrong, or it could just be alone in that feeling. I'm interested to know what you guys think. For those of you who are familiar with Skyrim, like I am, put hundreds of hours into it, let me know in the comments below what you think. If you think things like the Mage Guild or the Imperial questline, if you guys think that's if each of those is an actual separate main story, or if you think like me, you think they're just side quests, let me know. Or if you have a different idea of what you think the main storyline is, I would love to hear it. Please just let me know down in the comments below and start up a conversation about what everybody thinks. Zooming right along here. Loot as we go, loot as we go. Oh my goodness. I definitely think I have sped things up a little bit now that I have the bound sword. I think before with the minion and having to take a backseat, that just kind of led my minion and other NPCs and stuff kind of fight it out, and just kind of taking that backseat to the fights was really kind of just slowing things down. I think, like, boom, 2 hits, he's dead. We're definitely moving right along here. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and take his axe. But again, I think next to Dragonbone, Daedric is, I think, the best weapons and armor. And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the bound sword uses the Daedric stats. Could be wrong. If you know differently, or you know what the actual stat block for the summon stuff is, let me know. But I'm pretty sure they use the Daedric. I mean, they at least use a version of the Daedric model, I guess, too. I mean, that's the Daedric sword, just glowy and see-through. In blue instead of black and red. So, but it's the same model, so I want to safely assume that it's the same stats, but you never know. Okay. Moving right along here. When somebody asked what you've been watching today, I don't know, you've been watching a guy run around and pick flowers. Because that's like the bulk of what I've done on this episode so far, is just run around and collect herbs. Yeah, so I think it's kind of funny. I'm trying to make it as interesting as I can with it, so please don't hate on me too much with comments of me just running around picking flowers all day. It's worth something, at least. Oh, wait though. I think I'm gonna hold on to the door of Warhammer for a while, because if I remember correctly, I think I'm in the level range where there's gonna be the guy in Markarth who collects the Dwarven stuff, and he gives you the quest line for the Dwarven city. But he also requires it's the first or second Dwarven item you pick up. So I'm gonna hold on to that hammer for a while, just to see if I get the invitation. I am just beast moding my way through this all of a sudden. Those first 2 episodes seem kind of dreary now in comparison to... Minor healing. Let's see. Bugbear Owl, yep. I wonder if that was done consciously, like Bugbear? Because bugbears are the race from D&D? So I wonder if that was a conscious decision to put them in that order. So that way when someone says the combination on that look, it would be Bugbear Owl. Or if you read it backwards to forwards, it would be Owlbear Bug. Which an owlbear is also a D&D creature. I don't know if it's just that. I doubt they're exclusive creatures, but I most notably know them from D&D. Which actually reminds me of something else. My brother-in-law picked up, ironically enough, a comic called Realm. And not to be confused with the RPG that I published 2 years ago as of this recording. Definitely not related to each other in any way, shape, or form, because their setting is a lot cooler. But they actually, it's like a post-apocalyptic fantasy world where the world came to an end because of a fantasy universe or something like that. I'm not completely caught up on the series. But in one of the last issues, or one of the issues that are out, they actually come across a owlbear. I thought it was really kind of fun because I wasn't expecting them to run into it. And it was just a really fun issue of that comic. Alrighty. Moving right along here, we're just kind of speeding through things. You're definitely going to have time for the dragon, I'll tell you that. Stealing the flowers. Time to fast travel. Oh, that's right, I leveled up, didn't I? Oh, I forgot about that. Zora. So that's nothing too exciting. There's that. So do we have armor again?
These vampires are becoming a real threat.
Ooh, vampire stuff, that's right. I think one of my favorite mods that I have installed. It's called Unique Uniques. Because after fighting the dragon, your Yarvareth will actually give you like the Sword of Whiterun or something like that. And Unique Uniques actually changes weapons like that are supposed to be unique and actually changes them up a little bit. I think Unique Uniques does that one too. I don't know, that might be a different mod that I have installed because I have a couple mods that do that. I just really like that because I liked the fact that the models were done by the author and they were changed up to actually look unique to go along with their name rather than just being a version of a weapon that's already out there that just has a fancy enchantment on there.
Yes, my lord.
Tell me what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. I saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the watchtower?
No, my lord. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come after me, for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food and rest. Vern. Irleth, you better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to step. I want you used, but I haven't forgotten. And please, accept this gift from my personal army.
I should come along. I would very much like to see. I envy you the champ. So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Yeah, that's gonna be our new. Ailment of Agadosh. That is going to be our new neck piece there. What spells has he got? Spell. Interrupt mark. Target. I summon or doing magic damage. Oof. I have that one. Magical Bright Outwalks will be two-handed. Got the Bound Sword. Summons an Avenging Wraith. Summons a Nordic Totem Spirit. Ooh, I like that. Deadeye Captain. I have the familiar. Ooh, when killed. Damage than dies. I like this magic. The thing with the spells that gives me more, the mod that I have that gives me more spells, I dig it because it had some of these have been real fun to look at.
You know,
Alright, let's go deal.
you've got the aptitude. You should join the Mages College.
Let's go
I've seen you helping the Jarl.
deal with the dragon show. We're gonna go fight a dragon. Oh, we didn't freeze on us. There we go. I'm kind of scared. Oh no. Let's see. Oh,
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
hey.
Let's see. Ah, a letter from the Jarl. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Dust. What's this? An ash pile. Hopefully no one of importance died. Because I've had that happen the last couple times I played Skyrim. The vampires showed up at like really weird times of the day. At one playthrough where they showed up in Whiterun, they killed Bellathor, both of the Smith Place people there in Whiterun, and then another random NPC that I don't think is really all that important. But I was like, wow, of all people to kill, they killed those ones. Like, it was quite impressive, to be honest. Like, they chewed through a good portion of town before we were finally able to stop them. Oof. I'm sure it's so expensive. Alrighty. So, did it again. It's 2 times in one video. I need to stop pulling that off for some reason. There's a pond around here. I forget where it is exactly. I don't know. I always stumble upon it at the weirdest time too. It's I don't know if it's intended by Bethesda, did it on purpose or whatnot, but there's a mod out there that for this pond, because what's in the pond is there's a skeleton arm that comes out of the pond, and it's usually holding a sword. Now, there was a mod that I saw on Steam for that pond that actually turns that sword into like Excalibur, basically. Pulling it as like a play on the Lady of the Lake giving King Arthur the sword. I thought that was really interesting. Never really downloaded it because there was a little bit more to it than just that, and they added a couple other things to it, and plus I didn't really like the model either that was on it. That was just a personal thing. I think it was wonderful, and they put a lot of detail and effort into making the mod and the sword. But I personally just didn't like the way it looked. So I didn't really ever get that mod. So, but if the reason I bring that up, not because I just kind of walked by the area where it normally is, but if you guys know of anything in Skyrim or anywhere in Skyrim that is like an Easter egg, that's either a reference to something else or hints at something else, or is a play on like a myth or a legend, I would love to kind of start a, because I know there's the wiki pages out there that give them all up and whatnot, but or maybe there's one that you think where maybe just by happenstance it's possible that it might be. We'd love to start discussions about those kinds of things, and maybe I can make that a part of the video too, or make a series of Skyrim videos where I run around and I try to find those Easter eggs that you guys are giving to me. So if you have some, go ahead and drop them for me down there in the comments below, and I will be sure to check them out and see what we can See what we can come up with. Alrighty. This is that moment where I'm kind of wish I had like something ranged that I could use for conjuration spells. Oh, he set me on fire. Oh, it hurts the face. Oh my goodness, he hurts the face. Take that, Mr. Dragon Man. Oh yeah! I don't know if anybody else is familiar with it, but there's actually a mod out there that turns, I don't know if it's all of the dragons or if it's just some of them, but it turns their heads into Macho Man Randy Savage, and rather than roaring, they go around going, "Oh yeah!" It's probably one of the funniest things to see. I, at one point, had it installed, and I don't know what it was about it, but after I installed that mod, I could not stop running into dragons. So I don't know if the mod added something, or if I just got that unlucky, but I literally got to the point where I had to uninstall it because I was tired of hearing, "Oh yeah!" like every time I went outside. So it was one of those fun mods. Like, it's fun if you get it, if you run into the dragon every once in a while, but when you run into them consistently, it became too much. So the very first time I played this game and that went off, I literally stood outside Whiterun probably for a good half hour, freaked out. I kid you not. Like, that freaked me out the first time I played this game. I was like, what just happened? Like, I thought something else is, like, another boss was showing up or something, and I was like, oh no. But then again, I was also dumb because I thought that dragon that you fight around that watchtower was also the same dragon from the very beginning of the game. Oh, how untrue that is. Let's see here. You know what? We will go ahead and I will pick back up. I will pick up episode 4 with running in here and trying it instead. We will go ahead. Did somebody else hear that moan? I just totally heard a groan. Alrighty, I think I am officially going insane all of a sudden. Right there. I heard it again. I wonder what that was. If you heard that groan, please leave a comment below. I know I was talking both times it happened, but I swear I just heard, like, I don't know, it was a groan of some kind. I'm really hoping that was in-game. So if you heard that too, please go ahead and leave a comment for me below. With that, dare I say it, probably it's my favorite part of the videos. Time to update the playlists. So, for those of you that this is your first time going through my videos. Thank you so much for joining me today, or joining us, joining the viewers. I'm not sure what the appropriate thing to say there is. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Two things that I do, well, technically it's one thing, it's just there's two of them, is at the end of each video, I have two playlists on the streaming app Spotify, which is a music streaming app. I am not sponsored by them. I am not paid by them in any way, shape, or form. I actually just really enjoy the app, and I want to spread the word about it, and I wanted to do something as well interactive for the channel, and that's by making playlists. So it's something that you can, while you're at work, you can listen to my playlists that we've been putting together. While you're gaming, throw on one of these playlists. You can listen to the music that I enjoy, or music that has inspired me while gaming, or a song that I was inspired to listen to by what I did in a game. Just throwing them together that way. So I have two playlists. I have what I call BeardBrigade Song of the Day, where each day I add one song to that playlist. So if I do a bunch of videos that day, I will only add one song to that playlist for the day, because it's just the song of the day. So whether I do a video or not, I'm adding songs to this playlist every day. One song to this playlist. The other playlist that I have is called it's just called the Nerd Eclectic playlist. And each video I do, I'm adding a song to this playlist. Now, as of this recording, I only have a couple videos up, a couple of videos going, but I do have a lot more songs on that playlist than I do videos. It's because I have just been adding to stuff as I've been going along. I did have a couple test runs where I added some songs to that playlist, and I just, rather than kind of deleting the playlist and making it again, I decided to just kind of roll with it. I added a great bass to it. I am still looking for some comments below on songs to help build out this Nerd Eclectic playlist. So if you haven't already in one of the previous videos, or if you just haven't thought of a song yet, feel free to still take your time. But I'm looking to get as many comments as I can to help build this playlist. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I am trying to get it to the point where I literally have to make a second playlist and do a Nerd Eclectic 2 playlist, or a companion playlist. I want to reach the cap limit on how many songs are in that playlist. I want to be able to flip that playlist on and just let the thing roll for hours and maybe even days on end before the playlist will ever end. I want there to be such a menagerie of music in there that it's ridiculous. And I think that this is just a real fun thing to do, and it helps me engage you guys as viewers. So, please leave down in the comments below the name of a song, along with the name of the artist, because believe it or not, folks, people do covers. I mean, look at Alien Ant Farm. The only song that they're really known for is a cover of Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal. Now, Alien Ant Farm actually has a lot of good songs, but that's just probably the best example that everyone would know. So please, if there's a song out there that you want, do leave me the artist. That way I can narrow down that specific version, because if you leave me just the name of a song, I may not necessarily grab the one that you're thinking of, especially if there's a lot of covers of it. So leave those in the comments below. I'm looking to have them on they can be posted on any video. At this point, it doesn't matter. I do want to just limit to it one per person. So please, just limit it to think of one really good one to have me add to the playlist. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and get this over with, because I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me ramble on over and over again about this every episode. So today, let's see. We got. I have a good one today, folks. I'm not sure how to introduce the song. I don't really think there is a good way to introduce a song because it's an awesome song, but it's only a tribute. That's right. If you don't get it from me saying that, well, you're probably not a fan of Tenacious D. Tenacious D has a song called Tribute. Now, for those of you who don't know who Tenacious D is, if you know who Jack Black the actor is, Tenacious D is his band. It's the band he started before he really kind of became an actor. So, or maybe at the same time. I'm not really sure the difference between when he became an actor and when he was doing Tenacious D. But they have a song called Tribute, and it is a brilliant song. It's fun. It's just great. So that is actually going to be our song for the Nerd Eclectic playlist. As for my song of the day, oof, this is going to be a tough one. Now, it is Friday, and you know what? Just because we are going to go ahead and make Gangnam Style by PSY or Psy, I'm not sure how you technically say it. It was a big viral song a few years ago. I personally love the guy's music, and I think it's great. And I don't do much of the Korean pop or Japanese pop music, but for whatever reason, I enjoy this guy's music. I enjoy his music videos. I think he's funny as crap, and I love his songs. And my son dances to them, and I dance to them with him, and we have fun with it. So that is the song for BeardBrigade's Song of the Day. With that, I'm going to stop the video here. Again, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button down there for me. If you want to find out what happens next in the adventures of Peter Longspell here, or see how much farther I can get with these challenges, or with this challenge series, please hit that subscribe button so you can find out when and how it ends. So far, this is 3 episodes in. Let's see if we can get to a 4th, or see if we can get to a 5th or 6th or even 7th episode. The longer this character lives, the more edge of the scene I get to. And with that too, like I mentioned earlier, let me know what you guys think about me adding a wild card per episode. Just change it up so I'm constantly going through things. Some of the wild cards that I have currently are things like switching up what type of weapon loadout I'm using, or eliminating the fact that I can use fast travel, getting rid of enchanted items, forcing myself to have to walk everywhere, or I have to use a horse only to get around places. Using a bow, using different armor, stopping and doing a specific quest line. Things like that. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think I should start adding a wild card per episode, or if you like the way I've been doing it so far? I want to know what you guys think, so go ahead and leave that in the comments for me below. So thank you guys again. Thank you guys one more time. Can't thank you enough for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. You guys take care and have a fantastic rest of your day.